Today's vlogging video is one of my favorite types of videos to film and personally as like a viewer to watch and learn about for people. It's all about my top productivity tips. I am a productivity. I love anything about productivity. I love listening to it. I love analyzing people. I love talking about it. And it really gets me motivated and excited. So I'm super excited to, how many times can I say excited? I'm really excited to go over all my top productivity tips, the ones that I swear by, the ones that I do every single day, and really dive into basically just how I get as much done, as effective, and fast as possible. So obviously these are things that I've learned over the past few years as I've gotten older. When I started this vlog, I was 19 years old. And so I didn't know a lot, but I will say I've always been very disciplined. And so even when I was a sophomore in college starting this blog, you know, I still was really disciplined. And I remembered I loved productivity just as much then as I do now. So it's kind of just ingrained in me. And really what I'm trying to say right now is even though I was super productive and efficient back then, there is a lot that I've learned just as I've gotten a little bit older and figured out things. Now I've been around the block a few times and so I just know a lot more, but there's specific things that I either still do from the beginning or I've added in that I just absolutely swear by. First up, time blocking. I live and breathe by time blocking. I find when I get super busy, I get really bad at time blocking and it sets everything off. Like when I time block, I am so much more efficient, I get so much more done, and in those moments I'm like, why don't I time block every single day? So my goal is to always time block. Again, in all of this, like I have really bad weeks where I like basically shit hits the fan, I don't do any of this, and then I have really good weeks where I am on a roll. This summer, I've been doing, my friends make fun of me because I feel like they were like, you figure out how to add this in every conversation. I did 75 hard this summer and it made me so disciplined and put together. And okay, I am telling you, I've turned off this iPad sound like 5 times and I don't know how to get it off all the way because it doesn't have a button. So for time blocking, basically I look at my day and I divide it out for every single thing that I'm doing. So like I'm so specific with my day. My alarm goes off at 5 a.m. I get up at 5:18 a.m. because I know I need 2 snoozes before I can actually get out of bed. So I literally have that like written in my time block, like get up. I know exactly how long my walks are. I know exactly how long it takes me to get ready, whether it's a shower getting ready or a regular getting ready. And then the thing that I'm not good at is I always underestimate how long work things take me, which gets me in trouble so much. I'm trying to like do more time than less time, but I'm really bad at it. But during the day, like the working hours, I'll write out all my tasks and then I'll divide that out to like kind of see what I can fit in today, what I can't fit in today, work with the team for meetings, at construction sites, figuring that out. So just time blocking for me, like I know it could make people really anxious. It does the opposite for me. It like gets things out of my head and onto a piece of paper or Google Calendar. I use both my planner and Google Calendar, which I'll talk about later. And it just allows me to know like, okay, right now I need to be doing this. Right now I need to be doing this, then I need to be doing this, and then this, and then this. And if someone's like, well, I need you for right now, I'd be like, nope, can't, I have this on my calendar. I feel like that is something that I've learned from like super successful people on podcasts and just like really busy people. You have to be extremely specific with the amount of time that you have. And like for me, even I time block my personal life. So like I'll time block out like date nights and I'll time block out walks and different things like that, and it just really helps me. I have also, from the very beginning of this blog, when I was doing it in my dorm room, I treated it like a full-time job, and when I time blocked, I would literally have it like work. So then when people would ask me to do something, I'd be like, nope, I'm working. I'm sure that they rolled their eyes in their head like, what is this girl working on? But for me, it was work, and I treated it like that from the very beginning, and I truly believed, I was like, no, I'm like literally working right now. Like, do not bother me, like I'm working. And that mentality allowed me to really grow my blog because I took it so seriously. And I really had my priorities in check on what was worth doing it, like worth doing stuff with friends and family versus what time I should be like spending on the website. And also I was a full-time college student, so like managing my class load too. Like I had to be really, really specific with my day, and time blocking helped me with that. The next thing I do, and this keeps me so motivated and productive, is I am a huge goal setter. And I am always setting like very specific goals. I remember when I first started out with my blog, I was like, okay, my goal is to make $100. And then I would be like, I want to make $1,000, and then $5,000, and then, you know, like $10,000, and it just kept going up and up. And having those goals gave me something to work towards. I also did a lot more like micro goals within that. I'd be like, okay, my goal is to post 2 times a week. I never was super specific with like the days that I posted, but I was like, I need to post 2 days a week. On my Instagram, the first year that I had it, when it was like actually good to post every single day, I was like, I don't even really care about like the stats of Instagram at all. All I care about is I'm storing every single day and I'm trying to post every single day. I think that first year of posting, I only missed a few days, which I don't even know how I did that, but and I didn't take off 1 day of storing. And so like I was super dedicated to my goals. Where's my phone? This one I need to change because this one's really funny and doesn't even like work anymore, but because I already passed it. But like I'm so intense with my goals that like I'll make it the background on my phone. So like this one is literally, this is kind of embarrassing. This one is literally like a screenshot of my Instagram, and then I like put in like how many followers my goal was, which like it's so funny because I did that literally like 3 years ago when I first started my Instagram, and now like we've just changed our strategy so much, like the Instagram followers really don't even matter. But that is how like serious I took the goals. And I know manifesting is like a foo-foo, and I'm not a foo-foo person, or like I think you guys like I'm not like I'm not one of those people, which hopefully I don't offend. My sisters are, so like look, I'm not judging at all, but like I'm not one to like look at the stars and be like, oh, today is da-da-da, or like my birth month and be like, I'm a Leo, you know, like I don't know, am I a Leo? I don't even freaking know. So I'm not usually like that, but manifesting is real. And I think that it's more in just like my like sisters are like, Sophie, like it's crazy how much you can manifest things. Like when I say that I'm gonna do something or that I'm gonna hit a goal, like I hit it. And the reason that I hit it is because I work really, really hard to hit it. Like I always say I have strategic luck. And so a lot of people looking in would be like, oh, she got so lucky. But the fact of the matter is that I worked for that luck, and I knew exactly what I was trying to get to with that luck. Like this house that we just renovated, like right now I'm getting a lot of like media coverage on it. But I just worked my butt off for an entire 1.5 years so that I could get this media coverage. Like, and people would be like, oh, she's lucky that she's getting all this media coverage. But like, no, like I had that in the back, and like that was the plan all along with doing all of this. So strategic luck will be your best friend. Manifest things, focus on goals, and set them, because they really do work. A robust morning routine. So this is another thing that I'm either really, really good at or I don't do at all. And when I don't do it at all, I can tell a change in my mood. I can tell a change in my work ethic. I can tell a change in how I'm feeling about myself, etc. So I always try to keep up a good morning routine. But again, I'm not perfect. I'm human. So sometimes it doesn't work. But usually I do stick with a morning routine. And like I said a million times, it really does change everything for me from a productivity level. Also, with all of the podcasts that I listen to with like super, super successful business people, I find that a morning routine is a consistent trend among them. Like they all are really specific with their morning routine. They really make it specific to them and their lifestyle. Like some people like to meditate, some people hate to meditate, some people like breakfast in the morning, some people don't. And so it's just interesting seeing kind of what they do. For me, I am a really early morning person. I do my best stuff in the morning. So again, my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. I then get out of bed at 5:18 because that's 2 alarms. I will go work out, and I have like a few different workouts that I do. I either go to an actual like gym place and do a class workout, or I will go on a walk. For the walk in the morning, I'll listen to a business podcast or like a motivational podcast because I find that that really gets me ready for the day. And then I go back in my car and I will read a business book. This is something that I have started this summer. Business books are so helpful. Like, it's crazy. I can't even tell you how much I've learned from them. But I find that for me to read a business book, I have to do it in the morning before work, because after work, I'm drained and the last thing that I want to do is focus on more work. So that really gets me set up for the day. I go home. It's almost 45 minutes on the dot for me to get in the shower and get ready for the day. Other days, like today, I like know the difference between the days that I just need to throw my hair up and not shower and put on like mascara and call it a day, or I know how long it takes me to do like the whole shower situation and then actually look like really, really cute. And then, you know, making tea and then making my lunch. Like, I'm very, very specific, and I know the exact amount of time that it takes me, which I already hit on for the time blocking. But for me, that makes me feel better, and then that way I know that I can get everything done. That's like my biggest thing, is like I just want to make sure that I can get everything done, and so that helps me with that. Okay, next topic, setting priorities. This was something that I did so much in the beginning. Now I'm doing it a little bit differently, but let me start with the beginning and then I'll go to what I do now. So in the beginning, every single thing that I did, I would literally repeat in my head, what's the ROI on this? What's the ROI on this? Is this worth it? Is this not? Is this going to be effective for me? And ROI is return on investment. So basically every single thing that I did in the beginning needed to have a return on investment. So I needed in some way to make money from it. This was so important in the beginning because I had like no time. And so the time that I did spend, I needed it to be super effective. And so like I couldn't really waste any time. And this also was helpful because I find that in the beginning, you can go down a rabbit hole on a lot of things. And I wanted to make sure that I was not doing that. That scared me. I really went into the mindset that it's better just to do than to think. Did I just come up with that phrase? It's better to do than to think. Because sometimes thinking can just take so long. And I'd rather test things. I'm the biggest tester in the world. And so I'd rather just get things out there, test it, see if it works. And if it doesn't work, I'll change it. Or if it does work, great, let's keep doing it. Now I have like the base business set up and we're making substantial income. And so now I'm more focused on like the actual like career trajectory for BSL. So before, everything was like, we need to make money, we need to make money, we need to make money. Now I'm basically taking the money that we're making and looking at what is the long-term goal of this business and what do I need to do to get us there. A lot of what we're doing right now is put in marketing. For example, the house that we just did that I've talked about in this video. We went into that. That was a marketing move. We knew from the very beginning that we were not going to profit a lot from this house because we were putting really nice things in it. It was a portfolio piece. We were trying to show people what we could do with the house because the overall business from day one of this blog was to start an interior design firm. And where before, like I would have gone a more traditional flip because I was looking at ROI, like what is the best use of my time right now? Now I'm looking more into the future and figuring out like, okay, if we allocate this much money here, then in the future it will make this much money, but that might mean right now it's spending like this much money to take us to this much money. I don't know if that really makes sense, but my mind has definitely shifted. However, I would go back and do it the same exact way. Like in the beginning, your goal should just be to make money. Don't really think about the like long-term future, just worry about kind of the time being right now and just generating that initial, you know, like penny and then 5 cents and then 10 cents and then $1 and then $50 and then 100 and then that, you know, like you know, cycles for yourself like that. Okay, lastly, the calendars that I use. I feel like I kind of went over this a little bit in a video I filmed this summer. I forget exactly what the video was about, but I'll have it linked in the description because it went over like my favorite books and podcasts, and it was kind of like a video like this. But the two different, so I basically use two different ways to plan my life. I have my Google Calendar, which like the BSL team survives by. So in the Google Calendar, we list out all of our appointments. I list out all of my meetings, doctor's appointments, like long-term things if I'm out of office, different things like that. So that's kind of like a more general idea of things. Like that's a more overall look at the week. But then I have my actual planner, which I go through and I'll go and do like the nitty-gritty. So this is today's on like my actual to-do list, and I list out my time blocking. This is the BSL planner, little promo for it. We're coming out with the new one. We're actually, okay, so this one, it sold out in like 3 hours. It's insane. But to get on the wait list for the January through the December 2023 planner, we'll have the link in there because we'll basically like send that email out to everyone on the wait list first. But also we're in the process right now of designing a specific blogging planner, which is so exciting, but that's not going to come out till like next summer. But anyways, so this is kind of where I do like the more micro intense planning on like my specific life. Like no one else sees this besides me. And usually I have stuff like, I'm like a note taker, so it'll be like so messy. This is just the beginning of the day. Like I said, what time is it? It's like 8:30, so you know, we're early. I still have a lot of the day to plan. But that kind of sums up a little bit on how I stay productive and efficient, and some of my biggest top tips for that. So I hope that was helpful. I get so energized by listening to people talk about these type of things, and also like myself just talking about them. My sister, Shelby, and I, and now my little sister too, Stella, like we're all getting so into it. We could just talk to each other for hours and hours about it. Because it really does lead to a better like life. Like if you can be more efficient at work, you can have more time in your like real life to enjoy. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of pros to being more efficient. So that is that video. Make sure to subscribe to our blogging channel. Every single week I post a new blogging video on different topics. I get all of the video ideas. Every single one of these video ideas that we've done over the past year and a half have been through the comments on the video. I feel like I have dry skin on my lips. Okay. Also, you can subscribe to our email subscription on blogging. Every single week I send out a newsletter, which is basically just like a in-depth look at kind of like the things that are happening that I think that you should know about or that I would want to know about. So like if I use any like blogging plugins or blogging products, if they're running any sales, I mention those. If there's any changes in the blogging world that I think you should know about, I say that. Basically it's just like the know-it-all place that I kind of bust out blogging info to. So I hope that was helpful. Also check out our courses. I'll have a link for those too. They describe themselves, so you can kind of go look at those. But I hope that was helpful, and I will see you at next week's blogging video.